Hello students, in this video I am going to introduce the modern periodic table in the simplest way so that you can learn it quickly. The modern periodic table somewhat has a skeleton like this. Now there were 2-3 main things that you need to know here, that the vertical columns, these vertical columns, they were called as groups, right? And let's see how many groups were there. It was group 1, 2, and there was a gap here. Then it was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. I'll talk about group number 3 to 12 soon. Till then you need to remember that how many groups did the modern periodic table had? It had 18 total groups. Now when I'll talk about periods, what are periods? The horizontal rows, these were called as periods. Now let's see how many periods are there. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So if I am talking about the modern periodic table, you need to remember that it has 7 periods and 18 groups. Talk about number of elements in each period. If you can see here, the very first period has one element here and the other here. So I will say how many elements are present in period 1. There are 2 elements. If I talk about the second period, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So in the second period we have 8 elements. If I am talking about the third period, it is exactly same like the second one, so it is also having 8 elements. Now when I start with period 2, it has 1, 2, 3 and how many more periods are here? There are from 3 to 12, right? So 1, 2, 10 here. So it would be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So the third period is having 18 elements. Now same for group 5, it goes exactly the same. So this is also 18 elements. But now there is a difference when I am talking about group 6 and the period 6 and period 7. I have made an asterisk sign here and a double asterisk here, and for that I have kept the explanation here and I will discuss it very soon in this video only. Now why this asterisk sign here and what is the basic difference or speciality in this period is that when I'm talking about the 6th period, after this asterisk sign there is another series which is accommodated here between the third group and the fourth group. This is called, they are called as lanthanoids. They are called as lanthanoids. And when I am talking about the next period, there are actinoids in between them. So both lanthanoids and actinoids are 14 in number. So when I am talking about 6th period, it has 18 plus 14, 32 elements. Same for period 7, it is 18 plus 14 equal to 32 elements. So if I just quickly sum up, as we are going down, the number of elements are increasing. The very first period had 2 elements, then the next 2 periods had 8 elements each, next 2 periods had 18 elements each, and the last 2 periods had 32 elements each. As we know till now that the number of elements that have been discovered are 118. So the 118th element is located at the 7th period and 18th group here. I am just writing the atomic number of the last element that has been discovered till now. So now if I get a new element with, let's say, number 119, where it will land? It will land in the very first group and in the 8th period. That 8th period will come in picture once this 119th element comes into the existence. 119, 120 and so on. So till now I am not going to talk about the 8th period because I do not have an element that has been discovered for locating it into this period. I am only going to talk about till 7th period and 18th group. Now let's talk about each group one by one. I will begin from group 1 here, right? And group 1 is called as alkali metals. Group 1 is called as alkali metals. And if I'm talking about group 1, the elements that I need to remember here are, the very first element in the periodic table is in group 1, period 1, which is hydrogen. But whenever I will list alkali metals, I will exclude hydrogen from that list because hydrogen has some questionable position which is still not rectified till today. But yes, it is placed here. So it is hydrogen. And now my alkali metal group starts, which is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Right, so I am writing it here again so that I can give you a small trick to learn these elements in their correct series of group. Now there are many mnemonics available on internet and your teachers might tell you a lot of different things. The best is to learn it like that. So if I am going to learn it, it is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. But if you need a trick to learn it, the best way that we say is, just use a different pen for more clarity. It is like Leena ki rab se faryad. What do I say? I say it is Leena ki rab se faryad. So if you remember this dialogue or this line, you can easily recall how are the group 1 or the alkali metals arranged. I will repeat, it is remembered like Leena ki rab se faryad. There is no logic to it. It is just a way of learning it in a easier manner, right? So now if I have to talk about group 2, group 2 is called as alkaline earth metals. And the group starts, just a second. The group starts from here and it is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So now if I'm going to talk about group 2, group 2 को हमने क्या कहा है बेटा? It is called as alkaline earth metals. The reason being that their oxides are basic in nature and they are also found in the earth's crust. So the mnemonic to learn is beta mange car scooter baap razi. I'll repeat it again. It is beta mange car scooter baap razi. And how do you simplify it? It is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So if you learn these mnemonics, I think it is going to be a little easy for you to remember which element comes after the other in the period, in the group. Now, I am not going to talk about this right now. I will directly shift to my 13th group. My 13th group is also called as boron family because the very first element of the group is boron. So it is also called as boron family. And now the names of these boron family are, it is boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. And here the elements are not named as yet, but I can tell you that the atomic number that this element will be having, it is 113. So the name is not yet discovered, so the element can be remembered by the atomic number that it is having. I will also tell you a unique IUPAC name that has been given to learn the nomenclature. This is 113. So now if I have to learn the mnemonic for group 13, let's study. It is Baigan, Aloo, Gajar in Thela. Now, what was it? It was boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, and thallium. So the group 13 is your boron family, or also you can call it as your vegetable family, because it is bangan, aloo, gajar in thela. So if you remember this, again, this might help you in recalling the other elements of the group. So now group 14. Group 14 is my carbon family. Now it is like carbon, silicon, germanium, Sn is tin, then it is lead, and here it is going to be 114, 14th element. So if I have to name this, I will again write group 14. It is carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. So the mnemonic for it is class से गए snooker pub. Class से गए snooker pub. It is carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. Now if I talk about 15th group, 15th group is called as my nitrogen family. So it is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, Sb is antimony, bismuth, and this is going to be 115. So now if I have to learn it in easy way, I will again write it is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. It is called, it is remembered as Nana Patekar असल में सबका भाई. I know they all are a little funny and weird, but if you have to learn the entire 118 elements that have been discovered and you have to learn them in a particular order, I think they come as a great savior. So it is Nana Patekar asal mein sabka bhai. It is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, I'm sorry, antimony, and bismuth. Now let's come to group 16. Group 16 is your oxygen family. I'm just writing the name of the family here. I'm not writing the element here. The position is where I'm beginning it afterwards. So it is oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, and this is going to be 116. So if I write group 16 here, it is going to be oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium. Right? So now what is going to be the name for this? We call it as us se, I'm sorry, it is us se tipo. It is O or S here, os se tipo. It is your cheater family. It's a cheat family. And also I would like to mention here that group 16 is your oxygen family. They are also called as chalcogens. The common name given to the entire group is chalcogens. Now let's come to group 17. Group 17 are your halogens. So the name for them is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, and 117. Now if I have to write down the names for group 17, what were they? It was fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. What the name for it is? Now for this, we learn it as कॉल कर बाहर आई आंटी. So group 17 is learned like फिर कॉल कर बाहर आई आंटी. Now the last group of the periodic table, which is group 18, it is your noble gases, and the elements here are helium on the top, then we have neon, argon, krypton, xenon. This is highly radioactive, so it is not much studied, so we are not going to include this here. And then this would be your 118, as I told you before. So now it is going to be group 18, He, neon, argon, krypton, and xenon, and then your Rn. We call it as Hina, Nina और करीना का एक्स-रे रंगीन. So it is Hina, Nina or Karina ka X-ray rangeen. So if you learn all of these mnemonics, I'm sure you can learn most of the elements in their proper group wise order for the periodic table. Now group third, from here to here, these are called as transition elements. And I don't think we need to talk much about it here right now, because I am more interested right now in telling you the basic tips and tricks for the modern periodic table. Now, the next thing that I need to do is I'll tell you the basic position, or I will tell you the bifurcation of the periodic table as per their orbitals in which the last electron is entering. So when I'm talking about the first two groups, that is group 1 and 2, we also call them as S block elements, because the last electron in their respective orbitals is entering S, right? S orbital. So S block is having two groups inside it. One is group 1 and 2, which is alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Now if I'm talking about group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18, these 6 groups are under P block. These 6 groups are combined together and they're called as P block, because the last electron is entering the P subshell. Now if I'm talking about 3 to 12, I just want to mention here that this is your D block, and all the elements that come under group 3 to group 12, they are called as D block elements, because the last electron here during the electronic configuration is entering the D subshell. Similarly, here where we were talking about lanthanides and actinoids, they are F block elements. So F block is usually kept outside the periodic table in separate two series, wherein the last electron of lanthanoids and actinoids enter the F subshell. We'll also look at a trick to find the period number and group number of an element. If you are given an electronic configuration of an element, how can you figure out that where that particular element is placed in the periodic table? So there is a small trick. If you have to find the period number, right? If you have to find the period number, the easiest thing is you write the electronic configuration, and then you find out the maximum value of principal quantum number, right? And this principal quantum number, whatever the maximum value of principal quantum number is there in your electronic configuration, it is the period number. For example, let's say I write a configuration like 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, 3s2, 3p3. So now if I look at the configuration, the maximum or the highest value of period number is 3, right? So this particular element is belonging to the third period. Now if you want to check, let's check what is the atomic number of this particular electronic configuration. It is 10 and 15. If I add all the powers, that is all the electrons present in that element, it is equal to the atomic number. So it is 15, and 15 according to me is phosphorus. We have all read all the elements till 20 at least. So 15 is phosphorus, and if I just want to confirm that phosphorus belongs to period 3 or not. So if I check here, where is my phosphorus present? Phosphorus is here, right? And if I see, this is period 3. So yes, my trick works. So you can verify your answer with few of the examples, and then you can learn the trick. Now to find the group number. Now you have already learned how to calculate or how to find the period number of a particular element. Now let's learn how to do it for group number. For group number, it will be different for different types of elements. For example, if your electron or if your element is from the S block. How will you identify if your element is from S block? You will write down the configuration, or if the configuration is given to you, you have to see where the last electron is entering. If the last electron, the last part of your configuration is from S subshell, then that means it belongs to S block. So if it is from S block, what you do is that the group number is equal to the number of electrons in ns orbital. Now let's do an example. For example, let's write 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. I know from here what is the period number. Period number was the highest or the maximum value of principal quantum number, which is 3. So this element definitely belongs to period 3. But if I have to check for the group number, the last electron is entering S, so it is the formula that I have written will be applicable. So how many electrons are present in the S orbital? It is 1. So that means this should belong to first group. Now how to cross check? This element is 11. 11 is sodium. Let's check for sodium. Sodium is here. It is third period. You can see it is the third period here. And third period, and which group is it? It is first group. So the trick is again verified. So now if I talk about P block, how will you check if your element is from P block? You will check the configuration, and if the last electron is entering the P subshell, then you will confirm that it is your P block. So now for P block, the group number, the formula is the number of electrons in ns. Ns means the highest principal quantum number, plus np plus 10. Why 10? If you remember, there was a gap of 10 atomic 10 groups between your S block and P block. There was a D block between there. So if I am taking example here, let's say 1s2, 2s2, 2p, let's say 4, right? So what is the period number here? Period number is the highest value, which is 2. That means this belongs to period 2. And if I'm going to calculate about the group number would be the number of electrons in ns. This is my ns, this is my np, the final shell. So ns is the number of electrons are 2. In np it is 4 plus 10. So the total is 16. So this should belong to group 16. Now let's check. This is 4 plus 4, 8. So this is my oxygen. Let's see where is oxygen placed. Oxygen is placed in group 16. See. And if I'm talking about the period number, where is oxygen? Oxygen is again in period second. Now the last, if I have to do it for D block, again the same thing. If the last electron is entering the D subshell, the formula is the group number is equal to the number of electrons in ns plus n minus 1 D. Now let's write one more example. Let it be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3d1, right? So which is my ns? What will be my period number here? The highest value of the principal quantum number that you see here is, I'll just highlight, it is this 4. So period is 4th. And what will be the group number? The group number is going to be the number of electrons in ns, that is 2, plus n minus, this was 4, so n minus 1 is 3d. 3d mein kitne electrons hai? 1. So the group number is 3. Now let's check. It is 21. So it is scandium. Scandium is somewhere present after calcium here. So it is which group? It is group 3, right? It is group 3. And what is the period here? The period is 4. Do one last question before I wind up the video. The question says an element with atomic number 20 is there. You have to assign the position. So for atomic number 20, I will write down the configuration. It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and 4s2. It is 20 now. Now if you have to calculate the period is obviously the highest value of the principal quantum number, which is 4. Now if I have to calculate group, where is my last electron entering? It is entering the s orbital. So the formula for s was the number of group number is equal to the number of electrons in the ns, that is 2. So I have to check atomic number 20, we all know is calcium. Let's see where is calcium placed. Calcium is here. Calcium is which group? It is second group and fourth period. Let's verify. It is second group and fourth period.